Hi guys, this is Kiri with the blog and YouTube channel Healthfully Rooted Home. And today I'm going to talk to you about everything that I eat in pregnancy, including any supplements that I take. So this pregnancy, I am approaching nutrition in a completely different way than I did in my last pregnancy. With my last pregnancy, I was very mainstream with everything. I was taking the prenatals, I was, taking the iron supplement to prevent anemia. I was taking, I think I was even on vitamin D. I was doing everything mainstream. This pregnancy, I'm doing everything non-mainstream. Of course, I have to preface this video by saying, please don't take any medical advice from me. Don't take my word for it. Please do your own research. I highly recommend talking to multiple different providers. Don't just take, one provider's word for it. When it comes to nutrition and my background, I am not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist, but I do spend a lot of any extra time that I have taking nutrition classes, learning about nutrition, learning about our bodies and how we absorb minerals and digestion and things like that. And I've kind of devoted this is like my passion project, right? So, but again, don't take my word for it. Please do your own research. I will kind of name drop as I go through everything, resources that I think are helpful when it comes to nutrition, especially in pregnancy. But yeah, I'm just a regular mom trying to nourish my body the best that I can. So I hope you enjoy this video and let's just dive right into it. So like I said, I don't do things the mainstream way. I don't take a prenatal vitamin because I don't like that, all the vitamins and minerals in prenatals are synthetic. I think they actually contribute to a lot of issues that I had in my last pregnancy. I don't take iron, even though I do struggle with anemia in pregnancy. Iron is something that I get through other sources. A lot of people think that we are iron deficient when actually we are iron toxic. And the iron that's in our bodies is just stored in our tissues. So if you take a blood test, it's not going to show up on your blood test because it's stored in your tissues and your body's not able to utilize it. And so what we actually are deficient in is copper. And so there's a lot of information about this. I get a lot of this information from the Weston A. Price Foundation. They have a blog, they have a podcast. There's a YouTube channel called East West Healing, I think. And then their Instagram is called Real Food Gangsters. And they have a ton of information about the iron copper process. And so I get a lot of information from there. So I don't take an iron supplement. Vitamin D is actually a hormone, so I don't take vitamin D. They tout it as being a vitamin, but it's actually a synthetic hormone. So I don't want to put that into my body. So a lot of these foods and supplements are based around trying to facilitate that copper iron process in my body without having to take an iron supplement. And then a lot of it is just making sure that I get all the minerals that pregnant women need without taking a prenatal. I'm going to kind of go through my day in the order in which I would be taking all of this stuff. So again, you'll see that most of this stuff is just real food. It's just food that I either eat or drink. It's not necessarily a supplement, but I do take a couple different supplementy type things, which I'll show you. Okay, so I usually start my day with a drink that is a mixture of raw milk, a raw egg yolk, which again, that's not mainstream. You'll hear a lot of people talk about how you shouldn't have raw egg yolks when you're pregnant, but I buy pastured eggs, and I am very comfortable doing that. So egg yolks, raw egg yolks are really high in vitamins A, D, and E. And then also choline. All of those are great vitamins for pregnant women. I will heat up some raw milk and I'll throw an egg yolk in there, a little bit of vanilla extract, and then some kind of sweetener. I do raw cane sugar or coconut sugar. You could do maple syrup, honey, whatever you like. So I start my morning off with that, and that usually will get me through the next hour or so that it takes me to eat breakfast. Oh, and then also I put in a scoop of collagen. And so you'll see this collagen show up a lot as I'm talking about what I'm eating every day in pregnancy, and that is because it's a great source of protein. It really is just a protein supplement for me. I am spending my entire day trying to think about how I can get enough protein in my diet. Most people think that they're getting enough protein, but I really recommend tracking how much protein you're actually eating throughout the day. I guarantee it's a lot less than what you think. I'm not big on tracking my macros or anything like that, but I have done it, and it made me realize how little protein I'm actually getting. So I throw collagen in wherever I can because it's especially important to be getting enough protein when pregnant. And so I try and get at least 120 grams of protein per day. So by throwing in some scoops of collagen into things, that kind of gives me a little boost. So in the morning, I have that raw milk drink. The bulk of what I eat is done in like a mid-morning, early afternoon snack. And so one of those things is 2 adrenal cocktails per day. And so I make an adrenal cocktail. This is a super hydrating drink. I used to drink a ton of water, and I didn't realize that I was actually flushing my system of its minerals and doing more harm than good, because everyone says drink tons of water, especially when you're pregnant and breastfeeding. And that's what I did. And so I was actually, I didn't realize how much harm I was doing to my body and flushing my body full of minerals, and I couldn't understand why I was pounding the water and still just always felt thirsty. And it's because I wasn't replenishing my electrolytes and depositing minerals into my body. So 2 adrenal cocktails a day, one in the mid-morning and one in the mid-afternoon. I make these 2 different ways. One is I do some orange juice, raw milk, salt, and cream of tartar, which is potassium. And then the other one is the same exact thing. I just replace the raw milk with coconut water. The raw milk one I love because raw milk in pregnancy to me is like gold. It is, when milk isn't pasteurized, it gives you all the minerals. It's the perfect combination of all the macronutrients. It's just like the most perfect food. So I treat that like gold in pregnancy. And so the raw milk version of the adrenal cocktail tastes like a creamsicle to me. It's so good. So mid-morning, I'll have an adrenal cocktail and then a raw carrot salad. Now, a raw carrot salad, this was coined by the Dr. Ray Peat, and it's so simple, you guys. All it is a raw carrot with some apple cider vinegar, MCT oil or coconut oil, and then a sprinkle of salt. That's literally it. That's 4 ingredients. A raw carrot in general, you don't necessarily have to make the raw carrot salad, but just basically eating a raw carrot a day is very beneficial for a lot of reasons. It removes excess estrogen from the body. It aids in digestion, it detoxes the liver, it stimulates the thyroid hormone conversion, and then it decreases all the stress hormones. So a raw carrot salad a day is great. If I don't have a raw carrot salad one day, I can actually tell the difference in my body and stress and just how I feel in general. So I try and have one of those per day. And then also mid-morning, I will take like all my supplementy type things. my desiccated liver supplements. I try and sneak liver in through a few different ways. I will grind up frozen liver in like ground beef and use it for taco meat, things like that. But I still don't get near enough. And so I take these desiccated liver supplements. I'll link all of these below too, by the way. Cod liver oil is a great source of vitamin A and D, lots of other benefits to that too. You can read a lot about that on the Weston A. Price Foundation. They have a pregnancy diet, so you can read about that there. Liquid chlorophyll. So basically it's a digestive tract detoxifier. I take it because it helps with anemia. And then I will rinse off some of these oysters, and I'll take 2 or 3 oysters just as a supplement because they are very high in tons of minerals, including vitamin D, zinc, and copper. I'm always trying to get copper in my diet because I know I'm deficient in copper rather than iron. So that's like my mid-morning snack. I basically knock out all the supplements I need to take in the day with just that mid-morning snack. Okay, so then throughout the day, as I said, I drink very little, just plain water. And if I do drink plain water, I'll add some sea salt to it. But I drink a lot of raspberry leaf tea. Red raspberry leaf tea is a really great source of vitamin A. And I try and drink one full one of these per day. Usually I just drink it cold. Sometimes I'll add some raw milk to it if I want to get a little bit more raw milk in. Sometimes I add, if it's warm, I'll just add a little bit of honey to it, but most of the time I just drink it straight and cold. Fermented foods, I eat these every day and pretty much with every meal, whether it's my homemade sourdough bread, homemade sauerkraut. Actually, all of this stuff I do without even being pregnant, with the exception of the chlorophyll, which I might even do that when I'm not pregnant too. And then the only other supplement that I take is magnesium, and it's a bioavailable magnesium. I've been taking the one off Life. Take that at night, and then the other thing that I do at night right before bed is I have this yogurt, and in the yogurt I throw in a scoop of collagen, some bee pollen, and then I stir it up, and then I've been putting some blackstrap molasses in there, which is another great source of vitamins and minerals, and then some maple syrup, and that's been my go-to lately. I do several different versions of it. Sometimes I'll throw in dates on top, which is another great pregnancy food because it helps prepare cervix for labor. You have to bear with me with this stuff, guys, because at one point I knew why I took everything, but that kind of fades after a while, and you just are kind of like, yeah, I just take this because it's good for you. I don't remember why, but yeah. And that's it, guys. That is what I eat in pregnancy. Those are my supplements in pregnancy. I keep it pretty minimal and pretty simple. All right, guys, well, thank you for watching. Stay tuned because next week I'm gonna share a what I eat in a day video, and I'll just kind of show you how I incorporate all these things into my daily pregnancy diet.